Salutations guys, it's Dante here with your weekly dose of Resource Pack Roundup. Let's go. And here we have Traditional Beauty by Joe Deluxe, and it is one of my personal favourite packs. As you can see, it takes everything that's default and just makes it that extra little deep, complex and beautiful. Starting with the flowers, you can see they are in their traditional default style. But if you look at the stems, they just have that extra little bit of shading, which makes everything pop all that little bit more. Heading to the brick ship house, you can see with my junglewood support here, all of the lighted notes here have had that little light shading just to bring them out from the darkness. Just makes everything all that, just that tiny bit more deep. You can see there's a little bit of complexity added to the shading of the red brick. I absolutely love it. You can see the red seems to jump out from the white grout there. Now heading through the door, you can see how complete this pack is. Everything is done in the same style. So we have our clock and compass there, looking beautiful. And just look how awesome these things look. Now of course we have our dispenser, dropper, hopper, furnace. We have our cauldron that looks nice and worn. And our jukebox. Now I'll show you the trap chest here with a lovely red ring. UI inside, I believe it is touched up, but just look at the entities here. They have been updated too. And of course we've got optifying glass. Now I'm not going to show you the regular chest, because to be honest, I'm just going to buzz through this pack because you can see the same effects being used on everything. Now quickly stopping at the anvil, one of the best things about this pack is anything that's already complex, it just becomes super elaborate and deep. This anvil, the broken anvil, is just so beautiful. I almost want to rub my face on it in joy. You can see the workbench is a beauty, as is the brewing stand. Jumping across, you can see the beds do work together, and the light has been shaded, almost as if the light's an extra layer, which is unique about this pack. Now jumping out, we'll head to the penitentiary, where we will find as normal Jeeves and Jeeves. Now, I will say the unibrows almost look like they're set into the head. So rather than a unibrow, it's a slot into the testificate's head. I do love the lighting on the eye. Now, heading through. In our penitentiary, we have our creepers. Now, as I said, anything complex really looks awesome. So you can see these creepers are so beautiful. You almost want to stop and stare at them, which I wouldn't advise. Of course, we've got our skeletons in the same style. We have our really awesome creepy looking zombies here. Hopping across, we've got our witches with their internal unibrows and their nasty warts. I do love the slimes, that extra layer of depth with the internal slime cube is just superb. And of course, we've got our little spider here. Now, I will hop upstairs, but as you can see, all of the paintings are vanilla, so there's not too much to see. We'll just hop through there. Okay, as I said, this is a pre-release of 1.7.2, so the coloured glass is not implemented yet, but believe me, so much other stuff has been, it does make up for it. And for our Torch fans, now heading down to our animals. We've got our mushrooms, and the shading just makes those eyes look, they're popping from their head. I really do love that. And if anything makes a mushroom look my evil, it's popping eyeballs. The cows, they do look their usual sleepy, derpy look, and they just look so much more tired. And the little quiff on top's nice. Sheep be sheep. But the pigs are so amazing. Look at that bright pink Guyliner. I do love these derpy pigs. And if you can see, the feathers on the chickens here just look layered into each other. Very, very nicely done. Now, we'll quickly take a look at the pumpkins, which are nice, complex, and lovely looking. And the same with the melons. I will say, if we look at the animals, Sebastian looks absolutely lovely with a shaded look. But Alita has been shaded too. And cats are so often missed on these texture packs. I have to say that's really well done by Joe Deluxe. And looks like they've not eaten their food properly. Bad animals. Now again, we've got our slime piston here, and it does look like the slime is on top of the shading effect, which I do love. It looks like the slime's on the piston. Now, I'm not going to do the regular piston. The TNT is delightful. And the redstone lamp. I do like the fact the glass almost looks like it's set outside of the black frame. I will quickly stop and show you, though. That you can see even the particles in the beam here have been shaded, and they really do pop from the beam. Let's head down to the Cave of Wonders. Okay. Now you can see everything has been done with the effect. Nothing has been left out. Even the lava has a lovely fading shading effect, which it really should do. Have a look, you can see all the blocks are really cohesive, as they've all had the same treatment. They're based on default, so everything really fits in well together. You even have the moss fading into those stone bricks really well. Now, the only things to really note here, because I don't want to stay too long just pointing at the depth, but the redstone really does seem to sink into the middle, and the lapis is one of the best blocks using this effect here. All of the dark bits do look deeper into the lapis. Heading through, we get to the wood. Now, I'll say one thing about this effect is most of the wood, most of the bark, does look really similar using this pack. So we've got our lovely milk chocolate oak here. You can see what I mean about the planks. The lighter portions just pop out of the wood, which is really gorgeous. Now we'll hop across to the spruce. You can see it does look very similar to the oak, just in lovely dark chocolate. And again, the same shading effect, but still really nice. You've got our tiger or birch trees here, and yep, same white chocolate color with the same texture effect. Moving across, we have our dark oak, lovely dark nuggety goodness. But I will say it does feel like there's a slight shade at the bottom where the highlights are missed. So it does almost feel like it breaks up the trunk here. We've got our acacia here, a lovely darker grey here. There's a much darker, more salmony pink here, but I really do love the look of it. There's a bit of I am what I am, but just a whisper. And finally, we have our junglewood, which is the 60s disco of the bark here with all those golden yellowy colours. I really like it, but it does look like right in the disco. And of course, we've got our pink wood here. Now, before we head to the nether, here we have our cactus. For the cactus fans, we've got our reeds, and just to zoom in for no real reason. So, let's head to the nether. Okay, here we are in the nether. And again, you can see everything looks almost vanilla, but not quite. Just a whole lot better. So, we have our nether brick here. And again, just an added layer of complexity with a light sourcing from this direction. Just making everything look just a little bit more deep and nice. We have all of our quartz, including our quartz ore. And you can see how the white quartz just seems to jump out of the background. We've of course got everything here with the regular, just solid quartz block, just looking dimpled and a bit more marbled. We've got our soul sand here, and of course it's got our faces in there, so I am happy. But just look how the depth just makes that little marshmallow man face jump into you. Face part. Glowstone comes off a little bit odd because you can see all these connecting lines make it almost look like there's some sort of electric zapping effect going on. But you know what? Not every block's a marble, but I do like it still. You can see it's even been applied to the giant ghast face. I kind of like it. It makes it look like the tears are inset into the face. Maybe a dark shade out would have been better, but I am not an expert. Having a look through, even the dark nether mobs have been done. Taking a look at our pigment here, you can see how the green really pops, really picks out the background there. Jumping through again, you can see the Enderman. Most people wouldn't even know they have these stripes on their body. They do even in vanilla, but they're really picked out here by this texture pack. Oh, for our torch fans, even the torches have been done. Oh, look at that. Jumping up. Here we have our nether. Now, it absolutely looks beautiful. It's really cohesive from a distance. You might not be able to notice it's not vanilla, but believe me, it just makes such a difference up close. So this is a beautiful nether, not too different from vanilla, but then again, there is so much quality in this pack. Let's head through to the area of judgment. And here we are, but before I carry on as normal, take a look at the nether portal effect. Even the effect has been done in that 3D form and really jumps up at you. That is super sweet, wicked, amazing, whatever the kids say these days. I absolutely love the effect there. Now, jumping up on the cake, you can see it's our normal strawberry cherry berry labeliness with little dimples planted into the cake. Jumping across, we have our nether fortress. And of course, you've got the laurel lava and bars, but the stone itself looks gnarled away and aging, which is a great use of texture. Oh, and the ender eyes here. Just have a look, they almost look like they're popping on top of the block they're drawn on, which is a very clever use of shading there. Jumping across, we do have our slightly dead giraffe texture here. Then again, it is a shaded version of vanilla, so there's only so much you can do. Obsidian is pretty cool as per usual, but I really want to show you the next thing. Hopping past our sheep, I have a horse. My horse is amazing because it's also been updated using the resource pack. Traditional Beauty has made my horse's day. Horses are not normally done in resource packs. This is one of the first ones I've seen to update the horse, and he looks beautiful. So we'll hop onto the area of judgment. Well, you already know that I love this pack, but I'd also say it's a YouTuber or map maker's dream, because it's so close to default that you know exactly what your stuff is going to look like to anyone using default texture pack, but you can work away in such a lovely, rich, luscious, and I have said the word pop a million times, pack, but that's what it does. The only real downside is because it's quite complex, it takes a while to update, so it's always a bit behind Mojang original releases. But then that's not such a problem now that default fills in missing textures, because this is quite close. Well, that's enough for me. Ta-ta for now. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.